We are trying to hide out here in this little park until it blows over. Luckily it's just spitting right now, and fingers crossed it doesn't get any worse. In this video, we leave the city of Windsor and head to Amherstburg, a beautiful town located in Southwestern Ontario. I hope you enjoy the tour and the sights. So we just checked out of our hotel here in Windsor, and now we are driving around trying to find somewhere to eat. We actually have one specific place in mind, but it's been very difficult to actually get there because a lot of the streets are closed here in Windsor so that people can have their patios open for, I guess, more people to come and enjoy the restaurants because they've been closed for so long. So we're circling this neighborhood, and we're gonna see if we can actually find somewhere to park so that we can go try this place out. And we have a very serious driver here. We did find parking and made it through the confusing road closures and got to the restaurant, but it is lined up all the way down the street. Yeah, and we are a little bit too hungry to wait in that line right now, and I definitely need some coffee.
Yeah.
So we're going to forge on and find somewhere else to eat.
We need to fuel up for the day. Fingers crossed we find a place fairly quick.
We did finally find somewhere to eat and get coffee, and afterwards we made our way to Amherstburg. After brunch, we decided to take the scenic route down to Amherstburg. We are going to go to one of the National Historic Sites here and take a look around because the sign says this is one of Ontario's hidden gems, so we want to see what Amherstburg has to offer. So we just stopped at the Amherstburg Visitor Center, and they gave us this really cool map that shows you downtown Amherstburg and all of the sites. We heard that the River Walk is a really beautiful place. They also have a historic fort and some cute shops. So we're gonna go check out Amherstburg downtown. Just a 2-minute drive down from the visitor center is the Fort Malden historic site. So we're gonna go see if we can actually go inside or take a little tour around. Fort Malden was a defensive fort built in 1795 by Britain to protect British North America against American invasion. This fort is most famous for its role during the War of 1812 when it was used to plan the Siege of Detroit. With the close proximity to Detroit, the fort was also important to secure the border between Upper Canada and Detroit during the Upper Canada Rebellion. In present day, the fort is open seasonally to visitors, where you can walk around the grounds, along the waterfront pathway, and even go inside the historic buildings.
Fun fact, Fort Malden was deemed the chief place of entry for those refugees seeking to enter Canada to escape slavery via the Underground Railroad.
During that time, more than 30 refugees per day would cross the river by steamboat to reach Fort Malden and settle within Canada. On the grounds, there is a restored private residence, a brick barrack, and a lumber mill. The fort was even used as an insane asylum during the 1850s. Well, Fort Malden is also under construction, so it seems pretty much everywhere we go on our weekends away, at least one of the attractions we're going to see, at least one, is under construction. Let alone the fact that pretty much all of the 401 in this area, which is the highway, was under construction, and we got lost numerous times with the little weird detours that they had.
No, we didn't get lost. We just took a scenic route.
Right, we took a scenic route because we were lost. And we are gonna head into Amherstburg now after we do a little bit more touring around these grounds, because it is a really beautiful area to do some riverside walking. We made our way to downtown Amherstburg and walked along the main street lined with shops and restaurants. The first sight we saw was the Park House Museum. This building was built in the 1790s in Detroit, and the owners decided to dismantle it and float it down the river to be rebuilt in Amherstburg. Today, it has various exhibits and is open to visitors. Next up was the Amherstburg Navy Yard, which is marked with 2 cannons out front. The trail is tree covered and leads to the river. Put it down. That's not even helping. Well, it's raining. We didn't think it was supposed to rain today based on the Weather Network.
That said it wasn't supposed to rain today.
Thank you, Weather Network, again, for not predicting correct weather. We are trying to hide out here in this little park until it blows over. Luckily, it's just spitting right now, and fingers crossed it doesn't get any worse. In this area was the historic commissariat office. This building is an example of the rectangular style military buildings built by the British during the 1830s. I wish you could see this here. Alan is trying so hard to protect us from the rain while I'm filming. He's literally following me around with the umbrella so that I don't get wet. But it's not really working because the rain's kind of coming down on an angle, and I walk too fast for him. So here we are, getting a little bit wet. This is a really beautiful waterfront trail, and there's a lot of different monuments to memorialize different battles and events throughout history here, so it's really cool and it's really pretty. Even though it's raining, I'd highly recommend coming down here because it's just a beautiful waterfront trail.
Yeah, it's really peaceful here. I quite like it.
Yeah. Plus it's probably less busy because it's raining. The rain unfortunately picked up, so we hid under an umbrella in the town square before braving the rain again and walking a few minutes down the road to find somewhere to wait out the storm. And surprise, we found a brewery. Lot 10 Brewing Company is a microbrewery that produces traditional and seasonal beers, beers with a twist, and even beer-inspired cocktails. If beer isn't your thing, they also offer wines produced at local wineries. We decided to go all in and order the Flight of 10. We really enjoyed the experience here and the variety of beers. There was a blonde ale, pale ale, stout, New England IPA, American pale ale, IPA, a fruit sour, a brown ale, a raspberry wheat, and a coffee maple. We sampled them all and then tried to pick our favorites, and it was a little tricky for me because they were all so good. I basically liked them all. Well, when it rains, we pour, and we found the perfect brewery, Lot 10 Brewing Company, where we tried every single brew that they had on tap. We got the deluxe sampling, and it was fantastic. I liked pretty much all of the beers that we had, and I drank most of the beers because somebody needs to be responsible here. We're now headed to our hotel in Kingsville, Ontario, which is about a 30-minute drive from here. We're staying at the Grove Hotel, and I'm so excited to see our room because it looked so cool when we were booking it on the internet. And fun fact,
It's attached to a brewery. That's what I'm most excited about.
yes, that was a selling feature for him. So now we are on our way there, and we'll show you what it looks like. I hope you enjoyed seeing a glimpse of the historic town of Amherstburg. In the next video, we'll be heading to the town of Kingsville, Ontario. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more travel videos coming soon. I'll see you in the next one.